Hello, this is Lydia Scott from lydiascott.com, LYDIASCOTT, or rainbowgates.com. I'm a therapist and I'm pursuing a theological doctorate degree. What I want to talk to you about is God didn't do it. Whether you think of a big power that has created this world and you wonder how all these things are going on around you, how there's poor children starving in Ethiopia is the all-time popular example, and how so many bad things can happen to innocent creatures, the elderly, children, babies, people with disabilities. You wonder who made this world? Who's in charge? Well, you've heard we've been given free will. Well, if we've been given free will, then obviously these people, sometimes you're wondering if they can be called that. How are they allowed to do these terrible things? How are governments allowed to do these terrible things and get away with it? How come the rich, not the rich, but mean people get rich? Why do these things happen like this? Well, there's certain universal laws that anybody can employ to have the laws of attraction work for them. That means evil people too. So these laws are not held on a because you're good, then you can use the laws. Although there are some parts of karmic law that these people may eventually reap in a certain way or not. There's factors I can't name a certain situation right now and get into. It's very specific. So, but the point is that God didn't do it. Blaming these things on God is like a woman, and this is a kind of a graphic example, but is for a rape victim to blame the Rape Crisis Center for the rape. Do you get that? Maybe a poor example, but God or your higher power, your true power, your great companion, or your higher self, your super consciousness, is here to help you. And they can guide you through a lot of bad situations so that you completely avoid them. However, it doesn't mean that situations can't happen to you that you consider bad. We're in a classroom, and there are certain things that are going to happen. And if you believe that, if you have a victim mentality, then you're going to believe, as I have been there and done this, believe me, it's been a long journey out of victim mindset, that things are just done to you. And it can really seem that way. God didn't do it. I firmly believe this, that God allowed certain things to happen in my life and even to my children, until I realized that I had left myself vulnerable by not engaging in my spiritual practices. I was the one that walked away. I was the one that didn't seek guidance, and that wasn't acting on the path that was laid before me. Now, I'm not saying that anybody needs to start blaming themselves. Certainly not. Everyone, including you, does the best they can with what they have at the time. But now, you can realize, you can hopefully get that you don't want to be blaming your power. The power that guides you through situations is not going to let things happen or make things happen to you. That is from another energy. So, but again, I want to say, and this may be another hard pill to swallow, that when we are designing our classroom lessons before we get here to this planet, we are making agreements that certain things will happen. And I know a lot of you are going to hate this. Nobody deserves bad things to happen, and that is not what I'm saying. Nobody deserves things by any means. But these things happen to bring blessings and lessons. And it's not because we deserve the lessons, it's because we desired the lessons. So, I'm sure that can raise a lot of internal conflict for people. But if you can accept that, again, we go back to radical acceptance of what happened, and even further, that we are empowered beings, and that we can extract the lessons out of those situations and become all the more powerful and free. If you can agree, instead of blaming on God, put the blame or the responsibility where it lies. That yes, on an earthly plane, a person may be responsible for their behavior, yes, but if you can move even beyond that and say, is there a possibility that I made an agreement so I can get the lessons from this and learn how to radically forgive? And in that way, you become a co-creator. You become and exhibit a characteristic, a godlike characteristic of forgiveness, radical forgiveness, of love. Have a great day. Have a great life. Visit lydiascott.com or rainbowgates.com for more information.